for him.
Yeah.
Vidhu?
Yeah, well, he certainly doesn't look at it that way.
Yeah.
And most importantly, he believes that he still has a lot to give to the Portuguese national team. He's still captain.
Yeah.
He's still captain of Portugal, which on paper they are still one of the best teams in the world. And he believes that he can make a contribution going into Euro 2024. Otherwise, he won't be playing.
So is this what he's looking at, like Euro 2020?
No, so fans are asking, then why are we asking this question?
Yeah, that's what we're discussing.
No,
Yeah.
the question that we have to ask is that will he be able to achieve what he thinks he can?
Yes.
That is the question.
I think the reason why we are having this discussion is while every great player thinks that he still has something out there to offer, is the team better off without him? And I think we saw that. Fernando Santos had always been a Ronaldo man, but even he realized at Qatar 2022 that this team played better without Ronaldo. Forget the result against Morocco. That was a freak result, right?
Yeah.
They were looking very good till that point when they lost. It happens. That's sport.
Yeah.
And you have these great, what do you call it, underdog stories in sport.
Yeah.
You know, see it at the Olympics, cricket, everywhere. The West Indies lost to Kenya, 1996. Yeah. So, is Ronaldo the answer? That is the question we are sort of looking at. What he has the record for the most goals. He has the record for the most caps. But the crucial question is his presence going to make them a better team? And that is where I think no. I think going forward, and that's my direct answer, I think going forward, this Portugal team can survive without Ronaldo. It's not the same as Argentina, which is still a very Messi-esque side.
Yeah.
This team, the amount of talent that they have, the amount of talent that was sitting on the bench yesterday, any other team in world football will say, oh, give us half of that.
Yeah.
They can win any tournament in the world with this team. Not sure with the coach. Different story.
So, yeah, I think...
So exactly, but Ronaldo is taking the place of Gonzalo Ramos. And if he doesn't play, that's their striker. He scored a hat-trick in the World Cup and he's number 2 in the Portuguese league. He's scoring in Champions League. So I don't think this team needs Ronaldo.
Yeah, I think a couple of points I'd like to make. Firstly, the quality of opposition yesterday. Of course, it's important.
Minos.
Yeah, exactly. It's important to acknowledge the record which we have. It is a great record to be. He's already obviously the top scorer in men's international football, and now he has this record as well. Another record to go with it. But I think Roberto Martinez himself doesn't know what exactly Ronaldo will add to the squad going forward. Purely because we just mentioned the number of options Portugal have, not just as a
Jota's
squad.
on the bench.
Exactly.
Rafael Leao,
attacking options. They have
Ramos.
They have and Andre Silva, who
yes.
Yeah, he has been a high performing striker across Europe's top leagues in the last 3-4 seasons. So they have plenty of options, and as we saw in the World Cup, as Digvijay pointed out, they tend, especially at the World Cup till that freak result, they without a doubt they perform better without him. And that this is not just Portugal. You saw that with Manchester United as well.
Yes,
and another thing, where is he playing now? He's playing in the Saudi League. So that will obviously play a part in Roberto Martinez's thinking going forward, that because he's not playing with Europe's best players day in, day out, and he's part of the Saudi League, which, he will score goals there. He might, lead them to the title. But there will come a point where Roberto Martinez will have to make a decision about Ronaldo's, because he won't sit on the bench.
Can I tell you something?
Yeah.
I think Martinez took the easy option.
Yeah.
Let's get him in. He's our superstar. Let's get him in, because I don't want to start off my reign like De La Fuente, who's told
but because he can.
But
because of the quality of the opposition, he can afford to do that.
Yeah. No, but I think then, Vidhu, the flip side there is, then you are giving Ronaldo the hope.
Yes.
And Ronaldo is a man, and with all due respect to him, all his ex-colleagues at Man United, including the likes of Rio Ferdinand and Gary Neville, who we keep hearing them say about it, he was always dedicated to that single pursuit of excellence. He's a very selfish player. He's a player who has scored these goals. He does not have, let's be very honest, he does not have the talent, skills, wise of Messi. But what he has achieved is because he has worked his socks off as they say in football. He focused on his skills with the free kick, which he scored. He focused on the diet. He started doing it way before anyone else thought it was important. And when he came back to United, he walked in and said, "What is this?" And he changed the menu over there. He's done that at Al Nassr also. So Ronaldo is only there to score goals, and he believes he can perform. My point is, the team has to move on from him until Portugal move on from Cristiano Ronaldo. They're not going to achieve their rightful position at the world stage. I think he's pulling them back.
I think you rightly said about the hard work that he has put in. Countless number of players have already pointed that out. A parallel is sometimes drawn with Virat Kohli in the way he functions. I think coming back to Roberto Martinez, I think right now Martinez wants to stay in Ronaldo's good books and not the other way around.
No, but because, hang on, just asking this, as a coach, and that's what Ten Hag did, right?
Exactly.
What is your responsibility as a coach? Your responsibility as a coach is not to pamper your players, you have to get results. And you have to look at the future. Did Portugal hire Martinez to win Euro? Or did they hire him to win the World Cup?
Yeah. So Martinez, he was at Wigan where he did very well. He was at Everton where he started off well. But
good season, yeah.
Yeah. And then of course he was at Belgium where you would say he failed because they didn't win a major trophy.
With that generation of players.
Exactly. So that dressing room that he had, of course there were huge names, very big players. But because there were so many, he didn't have to manage, say, a huge ego. And
you missing something out. Hang on, I'll let you complete.
Okay.
But because he didn't have that sort of weightage, he got in Thierry Henry.
Yeah, but
as his assistant manager, so that the players then know that the boss and the man with him, at least the man with him is the legend you're looking out for.
He is a legend without a doubt, but does Thierry Henry command the same sort of respect as a coach? That is another question.
No, but I think ex-players, is the name which is there.
Of course.
That sort of intimidates you.
Yeah, but I think that like Ten Hag, and Ten Hag obviously eventually had to make a decision, and obviously that created this entire saga surrounding Ronaldo and versus Manchester United versus the club. So there might come a time where a similar situation happens with Portugal, Ronaldo versus Portugal, which sort of episode of that we saw at the World Cup.
Yeah.
Because Ronaldo will not be happy with a supporting role. We know that.
Exactly.
He wants to be the main man. He is still the captain. He wants to be the main man. He wants to be scoring goals. He wants to lead Portugal to a trophy, to another trophy. I think that will not be possible.
I agree with you. Martinez missed the trick. It was a new cycle. He could have just gone in with the new squad. Because what Ronaldo has scored in the last 10 months, he has scored 3 or 4 goals, 2 penalties, 1 free kick, and that free kick also was straight to keeper and it went in. So he's not scoring. It's not that he has credentials to back his place in the team. So
no, but what he's saying, what he was saying, just put yourself. My point is, if you're rebuilding, this is a new phase. I spoke to Andre Villas-Boas, right?
Yeah, of course.
And he said that there was one golden generation, this is our next golden generation. So allow the golden generation. Why create camps within something which is being rebuilt? Clearly, what did De La Fuente do? He said, no Ramos. No Ramos. Right. I will build my own team. Okay, Morata is his choice, fair enough. But just 11 players who went to that World Cup. No Koke, no Jordi Alba. Okay, fresh start.
No Ramos.
So when you make a fresh start, then just go full throttle. What is this, sort of fitting the jigsaw here and there? I think he just, as you said, missed a trick. It's played into, the Ronaldo hype. I think he didn't want, and he's not Portuguese. He's a Spanish guy.
Yeah.
I think he didn't want to go into Portugal and sort of alienate the entire country by dropping their greatest player.
Yeah.
That's my thinking.
And as you said, Spain are in a transition phase. Portugal will be a year behind. They will have to let go of Ronaldo once. Ronaldo will not be part of that time. And Spain would be ahead because they would have moved from that transition phase. They would have players settle in their position. And then again, with Portugal, it won't be that easy.
Lots and lots of comments. Thank you. And keep them coming. We accept criticism. We like to engage in conversation. That's why this kind of topic. And we said at the beginning, and this is in response to Roland, who says, this guy just got 2 goals for his country. Instead of talking about that, WION is talking about retirement. Tell Ibrahimovic to retire and leave CR7 alone. He still has a lot to offer. Thank you for that. He did score 2 goals. We said that at the beginning. But who was it against?
A team that is 198th ranked in the FIFA rankings. Yeah.
He's still going to score. He is a supreme footballer. He is one of the 5 greatest footballers of all time. Messi, Pele, Maradona, Ronaldo. He's in that list, right?
Yeah.
The question is he the right man for Portugal going ahead into that next World Cup cycle? That's what we are discussing. Okay, Krishna, he should have 5 years ago.
Oh,
that's a bit. I think this World Cup was it. This World Cup
was billed as Messi and Ronaldo and
their last dance. The last dance.
Yeah, of course.
Okay, Chilala says no, it's not the time. Okay, if you could expand why you think so. Sami says yes, definitely. Mujib says end of an era, no World Cup glory to his name. I think that's what we just spoke about. That the World Cup was something he should have thought about. I don't know how to pronounce this. Fundile says he can play for another 2 years. I watched Ibrahimovic. He's 41 and can still play.
Everyone seems to be bringing up Ibrahim, but that's true. He's 41 and.
But what has he won? What has Sweden won?
Because Sweden are not the caliber of team that Portugal is.
Yeah.
But Ibrahimovic has had an incredible club career. Of course, that one trophy is still missing from his club cabinet, that is the Champions League. But
Julian, okay, Julian, we'll add to that. Julian says, no. Simon says, retire when he's still scoring amazing goals. You guys are not serious. This is a conversation. It's an opinion. We just try to engage, and it's not like we have anything. We can't hold a candle to Cristiano Ronaldo, let's face it. Who are we? Julian, we are still counting.
We're still counting.
Fire.
He put fire and thumbs up, whatever he's
emoji.
even doing.
Is not very familiar with emojis.
I'm old.
Cannot reflect his years at all. Dude is a beast.
No denying that. He is a beast. The question is again, is he the answer for Portugal going forward? When there are people like Ramos who are sitting on the bench. And Amahoro says, I'm not interested in this GOAT debate. We're not having a GOAT debate. The GOAT debate is over.
Was settled after
Qatar World Cup settled it.
We were planning to talk about Messi, but now we're not.
But I don't think one should be this hateful of either Messi or Ronaldo. We're not being hateful.
Not at all.
We are discussing.
I think Ronaldo fans are unhappy. There is no denying that Ronaldo, as we mentioned already, is one of the greatest players of all time.
One of the 5, the top 5.
Yeah, but
4, not 5.
Yeah, I mean that debate.
Maradona, Pele, Ronaldo, Messi. 4.
Of course. So, but he's 38 and he's captain of one of the best teams in the world. So is he the rightful captain when there are so many players who can take charge? And naming a captain at the start of your tenure also sends out a message, which Martinez hasn't. He hasn't taken a strong decision.
He could have mentored. He could have mentored the next captain.
Because the World Cup cycle has begun.
Being that elder. But what we are suggesting here is that Ronaldo is always somebody who's playing for himself. He seeks records. Is that what Portugal need? Because like we say, we don't want to say in, the next World Cup cycle that this Portugal team underachieved like Belgium did. And let's face it, let's be very harsh. Belgium underachieved. That golden generation should have won something.
And the real litmus test for Ronaldo and Portugal will be when they face top quality opposition at a major tournament.
Exactly. Because Ronaldo will score great goals. He will have that celebration and everything, the picturesque. But when the time comes, will it help Portugal when they faces a big team in the later stages of the Euro? Will he be able to add something to the squad?
Is he tarnishing his legacy? Forget the fans and all that.
Yeah, you need to.
Is he tarnishing his legacy? He should.
Which has already happened. At Manchester United.
Exactly.
So.
And with Santos at the World Cup, it didn't show him up in very good light. And the fact remains that how will ultimately the mood in Portugal turn? At some point in time, we are talking from India. It was a point when Times of India ran a headline front page saying Endulkar, and we thought that till then nobody would even mention the word R and Sachin Tendulkar in the same page.
How old was Sachin when he retired?
Sachin was close to 40.
Yeah.
But you should know when to retire.
Exactly.
That's the more important question, because you have that experience. You know how the team will play, and you should know when to leave it at its peak rather than when.
I think.
So no one's saying he should retire. No one's saying he should retire from playing club football. But the moment you've taken a step down, let the next generation go out there and try and achieve and walk in your footsteps. Let the next generation start off by winning that European Championship.
Yeah.
Okay. Trevor says, Maker loves what he does best. He should not retire as long as he sees himself fit and creates records. He should keep going. Ibrahim says he's afraid of his records being broken by the GOAT. 800 goal today. 800 by some Lionel Messi who just happened to win a World
point,
Cup.
if you keep playing, obviously you'll break some sort of record on another.
What is there to break now?
Exactly. It's done.
The Champions League is done, right?
Yeah.
He's not going to break that record.
Yeah. Unless he returns to Europe.
Unlikely. Nobody wanted him.
Yeah.
And there's obviously a level of toxicity why nobody wanted him. He was available on a free transfer. One of the two greatest players of all time was available on a free transfer.
And
but nobody wanted
no one
him.
wanted.
Okay, we have a poll results as well. Come on.
So the question that we asked was, is it time for Cristiano Ronaldo to retire from international football? And 55% of people say yes, and 45% say no.
So 45% Ronaldo.
A lot of Ronaldo fans in that.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
This poll comes to an end. We'll tell you what we are going with at 6:30 this evening.
One question I want to ask. Digvijay, can you do the CU celebration for us?
That bad. I can do the Gerrard celebration. I can come and kiss the camera. Liverpool man. Yeah. 6:30 sports.
Yeah, so you will see that celebration by Ronaldo in our show at 6:30 p.m. IST. Yeah. Also, brilliant visuals from Argentina, where the world champions played their first match and Lionel Messi scored his 800 career and club goal. And we want to see those visuals.
Something said one of the goats.
Yes. And can't leave out Harry Kane.
Harry
Kane is England's all-time top scorer now, finally. It was his coming. Yeah.
I'm not interested with that story. I'm interested in how he got there. The penalty. He missed a penalty. England went out to France in the World Cup. Reminds me a lot of Roberto Baggio.
Yeah.
Baggio missed the penalty in '94
World Cup. Yeah.
And then I think his next goal was a penalty. It was some important game, and I remember watching a commercial growing up.
And also a huge win for England, their first win in Italy since 1961. Wow.
Yeah.
And big story from athletics.
Yeah, the World Athletics saying no place for transgenders in that sport. We also have a big interview with Jess Jonathan, the Australian cricketer who's probably won everything out there. She's won an ODI World Cup, she's won 5 T20 World Cups, and she's ready to take Delhi Capitals to its first WPL title in its very first season.
Yeah, so all that and much more on our show at 6:30 p.m. IST. Thanks for tuning in.